And good morning, listeners, on a, let's see, what do you want to call it? I got to say cloudy Friday, a little bit foggy Friday morning here at Oldie 640 KTIB. Historic downtown Thibodaux, 108 Green Street. The present temperature is 69 degrees, 76%. The dew point is 61 degrees. The barometric pressure is 29.95 inches of mercury. And on the rise, thank goodness, visibility is 3 miles. Winds out of the southeast at 8 miles an hour. Sunrise this morning was at 6:57 a.m. Sunset this afternoon will be at 5:11 p.m. And if you remember, that's a minute yesterday. Forecast for today. Isolated thunderstorms during the morning, followed by a few showers this afternoon. A few storms may be severe. High will eventually get up to 72 degrees. Winds out of the south-southwest, shifting to west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles an hour with a chance of rain about 30%. And let me tell you, the flag on the flagpole in front of the courthouse this morning, right now, dead still. Just nothing is moving this morning, nothing is stirring. And that's the forecast for today, December 28th. Only 3 days left in this year here at Oldie 640 KTIB, 108 Green Street, historic downtown Thibodaux, Louisiana. Number into the dialogue room this morning, 447-6409. That's 447-6409. As all anniversaries, give us a call. Always happy to celebrate them with you here at Oldie 640. And also we ask that you keep in your thoughts and in your prayers truly America's finest young men and women who are in harm's way, particularly those in the Persian Gulf area, be it Afghanistan, Pakistan, of course Iraq, all the way across South Korea, wherever America's finest young men and women are. We ask that you keep them close to you, especially during because as we always say, they're thinking about saving their butt and their buddy's butt and accomplishing the mission, but intermingled in all that, I guarantee you, thoughts of home and family and relatives and brothers and sisters and moms and dads and girlfriends and wives and kids, so you want to keep them close to you. Some of the ones we want to pray for locally: Brady DeLotte, Tim Lipscomb, Eno Guillat, Mark Barrett, Jared Dewey, and Jimmy Nakan, all of the United States, all overseas. And also Aaron Bai, Jared Gerwa, Brandon White, Benjamin Hunter, Gabe Williamson, and Joseph Fontenot, all of the United States Army and all overseas except Aaron Bai. He just got back from Iraq. He's in Oklahoma, so let's pray for him, keep him safe. Let Lord will keep them safe, and we'll get them home, everybody home one day, and we won't have to call out the list. As always, end of the year, need to update my list. Anybody you know of that's overseas, not on this list, give me a call. We'll put them on. Anybody that's back, give me a call, and we'll be happy to take them off. Hey, my commuter guys this morning, be careful. We got a lot of people commuting. We're taking inventory in Covington. Hugh and Philip and Randy, Nancy, Joe, and Arlene. We even got old Vince DeStefano on the road this morning, headed back toward. Yeah, he's on. You remember Coach DeStefano?
Oh, do I remember Vince?
Gibbens Robichaux on there. In fact, Joseph, Stephen, Ryan, and Perry, all you guys and gals going to work, be careful. Leave a little early, drive a little slow. Roads are a little slick. Patches of fog here and there, so everybody be careful. Want everybody home safe tonight. Man, oh man, end of the year. We got football coming on. Yeah, we got, pull it to you, there you go. We got Gibbens Robichaux in the house this morning, of course, last Friday in the month, as always. Gibbs with us. Got a few things we got to talk about, but I don't want to hurt him. Get to Gibbs. I want him to, he was thumbing through a book. What's the name of that book?
I'll write to everybody.
I'll write to everybody. And they write back.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a book.
8 presidents.
He's got a book, listeners, I guess about an inch thick of the letter. I got to assume from the letters you sent.
That's right, of course.
Is that correct?
Of course,
So when you write...
2 stars, 2 popes, 8 presidents.
Man,
we're going
to talk about that a little bit when Gibb gets back, when he's enjoying his cup of coffee right now.
You make the best coffee.
We're going to make the veillée. That's when friends and relatives get together to talk and pass the time in a leisurely way. South Lafourche branch of the Lafourche Public Library, all of you who are interested in hearing, speaking, or practicing French, you can get together at La Table Française on the 3rd Thursday of every month at 4 p.m. The community is invited to participate in or observe the proceedings. The library is located at 16241 East Main near the South Lafourche Bridge. For more information, call 632-7140. About steamboats again, if you've got pictures of steamboats, as we've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 weeks, get them to the Lafourche Parish Public Library, your nearest branch. Let them scan them, and they'll give them right back to you. 13th Annual Louisiana Young Heroes Competition, The Lafourche Parish Public Library joins with LPB, Louisiana Public Broadcasting, to ask the question, do you know an outstanding Louisiana student in grades 4 to 12 classroom, served the community, overcome adversity, or inspired others through their deeds and actions? If you do, please consider nominating him or her for the 13th Annual Louisiana Young Heroes Award. Anybody except the nominee can make the nomination. The deadline for receiving nominations is February the 4th. The program is presented by the Baton Rouge Rotary Club and Under Million and Chase Bank. Nomination forms can be obtained from any branch of the parish library. Let's see, holiday camp is over. Thibodeau Rec Department, ages 7 through 17, kids. Basketball registration dates will run through next Friday, January the 4th, from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Recreation Department, 151 Peltier Park Drive in Thibodeau. The draft will be on Thursday, January 24th. The practice dates and times, January 28th through the 30th at the Warren J. Harang Jr. Municipal Auditorium, and the games begin Monday, February 18th. No child is to move up or down, and birth certificates are required if you are a first-time, Thibodeau Recreation registrant. So bring your free of charge 2 basketball clinics, one on Saturday, January the 19th, boys and girls ages 8 to 7, Warren J. Harang Municipal Auditorium. Participants will be taught basic basketball skills such as shooting, ball handling, and defense. That'll run from 9 a.m. to 12 noon for the boys and noon to 2 p.m. for the girls. That's on January the 9th. Cranks up next week, January the 2nd through February 29th. It's probably not too late to get registered. You better call today and get in there. The classes are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 8 a.m. and Monday, Wednesdays, 1 to 2 p.m. They will run from January the 2nd through February 29th. Those will be at the Recreation Building in Peltier Park. All the supplies are furnished. Just bring comfortable clothes and tennis shoes. Recreation line dancing. This is how Miss Nora Shaw got to be 101 and a half.
You ought to start going to that.
Yeah, well, I can't. I got 2 left feet. How you want me to line dance?
You can't sing. You can't dance.
I can't. No, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't carry a tuner number 3 tub. I can't dance. You're
your
right.
father-in-law was a great musician.
I have no sense of story many times.
Yeah, I know.
I was so bad in the band, Musagori asked me to play the bass drum. That's how bad I was. Y'all think I'm kidding. You ask Ann Lusky and Janelle Nocky and all them girls.
Yeah.
They'll tell you how bad I was. David Landry and all them guys.
I bet.
Yeah, they'll tell you how bad. The fee is, let's see, December 19th to January 11th, Monday through Friday. That's January 11th is the end of registration. The fee is $15. The instructor is Thea Dillard. Classes will run January 15th through April 29th. They will be held at the Warren J. Harang Municipal Auditorium. No class will be held on February 5th and March the 25th. Got a bunch of other stuff, but you know that's it. I want to get to Gibbons this morning. Boy, I tell you, a sad note in the news yesterday morning when we woke up. Of course, Benazir Bhutto, a Pakistani prime minister, was assassinated. What a lady. You know, they had
absolutely.
They had some documentary. She's a Radcliffe grad,
yeah,
Harvard
right.
now, but she's a Radcliffe grad, and they were planning a class reunion.
A pretty woman.
Yeah, and she had called.
You know, she was in a bulletproof car, but she stood up through the
roof. Got
roof
picked
there.
off. Yeah, I mean, unbelievably sad day for Pakistan. And I tell you what, not a real
democracy.
Not a good day for the United States, and not a good day for democracy, because they were counting on her to really rally the Pakistanis and get Musharraf. You know, the election was January the 8th, and get Musharraf out, and I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen now? But
and we still send them $10 billion a year.
Yeah, well, heck, that's that. But of course, what is it? Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Saying they did it. You know,
They're proud of doing that. Huh?
Who knows?
God.
Who knows? But
Yeah.
just a sad day for democracy and a sad day for Pakistan yesterday. A country, I think, trying to be democratic, and of course,
Yeah.
one of the United States' biggest allies.
And they have nuclear bombs.
Yeah. So who knows where that's going to end up?
In Palestine, the place where Jesus walked.
Trouble. All the trouble. And of course, the Middle East has been in turmoil for centuries.
That's right.
And I don't know if we'll see the end of it in our lifetime.
Not now. No, I don't think so, Gene.
I don't know, but just a sad day.
There's only 2 big problems in the world today. This weekend, the people still have that love of peace and love of each other, but the Taliban and Al Qaeda, what are they living? They're living to die.
Yeah, well, they're what do you call it? They're on the extreme edge of that Islamic religion.
Terrorism.
And yeah, they're on the terrorism side of it, and they think it's perfectly okay to kill. They have no respect and no regard for human life.
The fellow that killed her yesterday blew himself up.
Yeah, and killed 20-some-odd more, huh? 27, is that what it was?
Killed children, they don't care. Children,
I don't know, I don't know. There's a different thought process there, and there's a different way, that they think versus the way...
Brainwashed from their time as children.
From the way we think, so who knows?
What do they think the next life holds for them,
I don't know. They think they're all, I think one of their things is to be a martyr.
That's right.
To actually go down like that and be a martyr, killed, and, everything will be okay. But, man, oh, man, I mean, what religion can preach that kind of violence?
I can't believe that.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it to even be talking about it. But
creation or God, do they believe in creation? Do they believe in God? I know they don't believe in Jesus Christ, but...
No, absolutely not. They believe in Allah.
Creator.
Allah.
They believe in the next life. The two virgins or something like that. But they are... little children, are, their brains are washed.
Oh, yeah, they're taught at an early age. Hey, first of all, hate the American. Oh, if you get somebody on that would be an authority on that type of religion, that would make a good show.
It would,
we could talk about that. But, just a really, really sad day for the world, really.
Be careful who you get
I am sure, and, as much as they're on the extreme end, I am sure there's another side to that religion that is... very close to what we are.
That's right.
As far as peace and
who are they going to? God or Creator? What are they thinking about?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know enough about it to talk.
Why am I here? That fellow that blew her up yesterday. Why did he say to himself, "Why am I here? What am I going to do? Where am I going? To a better life?" They think they're going to a better life.
I mean, that's what it's all about, And I don't see how you can kill somebody like her and 26 people in the process and think you're going to a better life.
And hatred of America. Why hatred of America? Because we have so much.
It goes way back. It goes way back. I don't know. Just a sad situation, a sad day for the world. And every time it looks like you take one step forward, every now and then you take two steps back. So I still say, and Paul Leslie's going to disagree with me, but I still say if we could get to Osama, I think we can cure some of the ills. I'm not saying we can cure all of them. But I think we could break up some of those terrorist cells just by getting to Osama or some of his close lieutenants, 3 or 4 in that circle, and busting that up, break that line of communication. I think we could make some headway. It's not going to solve it.
It's not centralized.
It's not going to solve the problem.
It's all over the world. They're blowing up in Spain and Burma and all those places.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge conglomerate, well-organized, well-funded, well-trained. This just didn't start happening yesterday.
Osama started with $500 million from his daddy. And look what he did. Let's change the subject and talk about...
Yeah, you're right. Talk about something good. Football, all right.
God, did you see that game last night?
No, I didn't.
All right.
I didn't.
I think it was...
I cooked an oyster spaghetti last night.
Oh, God.
I started to invite Paul Leslie, but, I didn't know if he eats seafood or not. Yeah, I just cooked it down, and boy, I hope you
eat oysters?
Who?
You.
I eat oysters any kind of way.
Good for you.
Oh, yeah. Any kind of way.
I bet you Nora Shaw does, too.
Any kind of way.
2 people died from eating raw oysters from the wrong place,
Well, you got to be careful where you get them from, and especially if you get them in the sack. You just got to be careful, and you got to obey the rules.
I know, that's right.
If they're outdated, throw them away. I mean, you just got to kind of watch what you do, and hopefully it'll be all right. Hang on a minute. Let me set this phone line up here. Hang on. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Good morning, Mr. Gene.
Good morning, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Well, Gene.
What?
Y'all look down there on the bottom step. Y'all got some New Year's gifts for my nanny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On the bottom step?
Yeah.
All right.
Somewhere on the bottom of the station.
All right. I'm going to go find them. Thank you.
Okay.
We appreciate it, bud. What?
Happy birthday to James Smith.
James Smith?
Yeah.
Is that one of your coworkers or one of your friends?
Yeah, one of the residents.
Oh, okay, good. Happy birthday, James Smith from Doug.
Yeah.
You got it. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate the call. All right.
It's Beth Hodnett's birthday today, too.
Come on. Happy birthday, Miss Beth.
One of the Robichaux girls, Beth,
Happy birthday, Miss Beth.
You don't ever tell the age of a woman now. You
cannot say that.
In the last century.
That's right. That's right. Ain't no problem. I can hang with that.
Going back to the game last night, I think it was Central Michigan was losing 28-0, but they were on the 30-yard line, and fourth down and trying to go for a first down, and they hit him from the side, and the ball shoots out and goes towards the end. It looks like he's going out of bounds, which would be the other team's ball. Well, some fella on the Purdue, I think it was, some fella standing there as part of the team. He wasn't in costume or anything. Uniform. He came out on the field and touched the ball. He supposedly touched the ball to try to stop it from going out of bounds.
Can't do that.
Oh, got penalized,
Yeah.
gave him a first down, and they went and scored. But I don't think they won because they were outplayed. But
It was last night, Central Michigan and Purdue, or the night before?
No, night before.
Night before, yeah, I thought that was night before.
It was last night. But the Purdue Central Michigan game was something. It was 41-41 at 10:30.
Right, and then I went into overtime. I think they had overtime, right?
Yeah,
1 or 2 overtime.
51-48.
48 was the final score.
No, it wasn't overtime. Last 2 seconds.
Oh, they didn't go in overtime?
Yeah,
Okay, because I went to bed.
No.
I went to sleep.
They kicked the field goal in the last 2 seconds.
I got you now. And of course, we got a big old weekend of football coming up. Of course, New Year's Day with all the bowl games, and then a week after that, the BCS Bowl with the LSU Tigers. So big next couple of weeks of
You heard
football.
about the Saturday night game?
No.
It's an NFL. The NFL Network was the only carrier of that game.
And you got to have DirecTV to get it.
Right, but
ABC. Yeah, I heard that.
The NFL said they were going to get NBC and CBS to carry it. It's the Giants against the Patriots. Huh?
Oh wow, yeah. That'll be a heck of a game.
The Patriots don't have to win. The Giants don't have to win either. But the next night is Tennessee, I believe, huh? Tennessee, and they have to win, and Minnesota.
Minnesota has to lose. They're playing Denver. Minnesota has to lose, and there's a couple of things that's got to happen.
I don't know.
It may be here in the paper. I got it right here. We'll take a look at it at the break. But it may be here in the paper. I was reading the paper yesterday. All the electronic wizardry in the world right now. I mean, everywhere you turn. You know, in order to survive, you almost have to be an electronic genius. Guess what is the main mode of communication between teenagers?
Cell phone.
Telephones. Cell phones and regular phones. We got all the email, all the blogs, all the text, everything. But the main thing is still the old telephone.
They sleep with them. They put under their pillow.
I know.
Everywhere they go. They got 200 million in the United States.
It's like they hooked to them.
You can call Rome, you know. You can call anywhere in the world on a cell phone.
It's unbelievable.
My son sent us a little screen like that with a little thing that from his camera, he put in there for our little grandson. All these pictures are rolling like a little television set, you know, little bitty thing.
Coming through the phone?
It's coming through from the little thing off his camera.
Okay, to come through your computer.
Pictures in it.
Wow.
Just amazing.
I don't know, it's just...
You play it and perfectly clear. I guess it could be put on television, too.
It's way beyond me, I guarantee you that,
We had the old dial phone, right?
Way beyond me, buddy. Boy, dial phone on a party line.
Yeah, and 4 numbers?
Yep.
We had
3 numbers. 8 people on a party line.
Yeah.
Well, I used to listen to everybody's conversation.
Oh, you didn't, Gene. You wouldn't do that. It caused all kind of scandal.
My daddy and mom would kill me.
I want to
Boy, when you picked up the phone and somebody was on and you didn't hang up in there, put that phone down. You're not supposed to be listening to that.
You didn't do that, Gene.
Absolutely,
I did. Did you go to confession?
Yeah, right.
Talking about my friend William Taylor and Al last Friday were fabulous.
Yeah, I heard about 10 minutes of the show. I was in and out of range.
He put it on his website, and he said I could talk about that this morning. It's www.ktibmemories.com/special. He's got the whole program on there.
Yeah, I want to get William on the show. I want to do a show with William.
Yeah.
He's got an unbelievable archive
He does.
of KTIB information.
WWL, too. He did a whole book on WWL from the beginning.
Yeah.
They're supposed to carry that, I believe. And he's a great weatherman, too.
Oh, absolutely. Just, I want to get in. We'll do a show with him.
Yeah.
I don't know where he gets the time to find all this stuff and put it together. And, being in the lumber business besides. I don't know, but I do want to get him on and let him talk about it because he's becoming quite a legend in this area as far as an information gatherer.
Absolutely.
You know, we were talking, Linda and I were talking a couple of days ago. Of course, I grew up on a farm, and my dad wouldn't even go to work till he heard the weather report from KTIB at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's right.
And remember the rosaries
absolutely.
in French?
Uh-huh.
And the news, the 12 o'clock news was sponsored by Leonard J. Toops Insurance Agency for many, many years.
Roy Vic Dan, they talked about Leroy Martin. Of course, that's who you should get on, Leroy Martin.
I talked to him at the bicentennial, and he's doing well, and I'm going to get him on. I got to give him a pretty good lead time.
We got Roy Vic Dan and Murray Bergeron on. That was a great show.
Yeah.
And I know Roy was listening yesterday because bring back great memories.
Yeah, I haven't had Marie. It's been a couple of years since I had Marie on. I want to get her back on and do a show with her and do Roy
Well,
McNair.
do like we did for Nora. I don't think she got the steps a problem, you know.
Yeah.
We could keep it downstairs. That was great.
Yeah, that's not a
She did
problem.
with Nora.
Yeah.
Talk to her downstairs, yeah.
And of course, I can even do a remote with Marie. Is she still at the manor? Did she go back home?
She's still at the manor.
Okay, you know, I'll go by. I can do a remote.
She's in the phone book. You can
Yeah,
just
we
call.
can do a
You can
remote.
do a remote, sure.
Sure, we can go out there if we have to. So I want to do that. That's some of the things I want to do for next year's programming. But you know, the time goes by so fast, and you got to, you know, there are times when you can't get enough guests, and then there are times when you got too many.
I know.
You know, I mean, sometimes you're so crowded. Like,
Well, I think you do a remarkable job when nobody shows up. You and Linda, or just you.
You don't have any choice, buddy.
Oh man, you can talk. You can talk about all kinds
You better
of things.
find some stuff to talk
And
about.
You have the greatest sense of humor. You make the world laugh, and that's what it's all about.
Now, let me tell you, there's enough serious stuff going on in the world all by itself. I don't need to add to it.
I'm thinking about changing it to live-along instead of dialogue. I don't like the word die. I'm called Gene Richard and live-along.
Oh, man.
Because you're alive, man.
Tell me about this book. Interests me to no end. Tell me, first of all, how many people do you think you've written to?
Oh, I'd say 600 maybe. I started when I was in the service in Okinawa. I wrote to Daddy, and Daddy wrote back and said, you ought to write. You know, I write long letters, and I love to type. Coming from Brother Christopher. Brother Christopher taught me how to type, and then my fingers went to the piano. That's what's important. But I always thought that communication was important, and I heard that famous people like to receive mail. I remember a story about Brooke Shields, as beautiful as she was, 19 years old, no dates. No, the men wouldn't, you know, they thought...
No, everybody thought she was booked up.
I wouldn't call her. I
Who
wouldn't write to her.
Who would dare? You know?
My first letter is from Dwight Eisenhower. I got 8 presidents I wrote to. And, of course, I got Jacqueline Kennedy after the assassination. She wrote to me.
They actually wrote back?
Yeah. Most of the time it was a card, maybe. See, like this, Richard Nixon and Dwight Eisenhower. The secretaries did that, of course. They get so much mail, you know. Here's Fulton Sheen. You know who that is?
Oh, the Fulton Sheen Hour. I guess so. I remember.
He's still on
Yeah.
EWTN. And then Chip Morrison's family. Remember Chip Morrison?
Yes, the mayor of New Orleans.
You old enough to remember that.
Yep.
Alan Ellender, huh? Dallas Chamber of Commerce. Jacqueline Kennedy. I like this one. Look, she signed it.
Wow. She wrote back. Was that at the assassination?
Yeah, right.
What did she write back?
She says she deeply appreciates your sympathy and grateful for your thoughtfulness, you know.
Think that's in her handwriting? Probably so, huh? She signed it.
Well, she signed it. Oh, yeah, she signed it. Then Richard Nixon. Oh, Richard Nixon. And a lot of personal stuff in here, but I prize when the Pope was coming to New Orleans, I wrote to him and told him that he should make Hannon a cardinal, you know. But he took it very seriously, and the guy that intercepts his stuff in Washington, D.C., what do they call him? He answered me, too. And the Pope has read your letter and will appreciate you and will keep it in consideration.
Wow.
but Hannon wrote me back. He says, it'd be a long time, but you know, Galveston, they made a cardinal down in Galveston, Texas. You knew that?
That's correct, yeah.
First one in the South. Maybe it's because of my letter. I complained down.
It could be.
Down south.
That's right. It could be.
A cardinal down
You know what's the matter? We don't have holy priests down south. We got them everywhere else in the world.
You know, that was the Spanish influx.
Yes.
Mexican influx.
Yes.
There's so many Spanish people. You know who was on television last night? Brother John Hotstream. Remember Brother John?
Hadn't seen Brother John in years. What was he doing on TV?
It was a Channel 3. It was a story on Arizona and the Indians.
That's where he is, huh?
How he's helping them over there. They have no bathroom facilities, and you know they're very poor people. And he's at the Catholic and Brothers Sacred Heart.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing such great work out there. But he came on and he talked. It was the biggest shock of my life.
I'll be darned.
I was jumping from the football game to that, and it was amazing.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Brother John. I hadn't seen Brother John since he left E.D. White, which was many, many moons ago. Listeners, it's already 7:30.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got to take a break. And I want to see, I'm going to dig into this a little bit and see what we got coming up as far as ball games going, what the Saints got to do to get in the playoffs and everything else. We'll talk about that for a little bit.
I got a couple of headlines I want to...
Yeah, we got Gibbs Robichaux on this morning. We just kicked back TGIF Day Friday, big New Year's Eve weekend coming up. We're going to talk about being safe. Been a little while. Pour yourself another cup of coffee. We're going to be right back here at Oldie 640 KTIB. And welcome back, listeners. If you just joined us, we got Gibbens Robichaux in the house this morning, 447-6409. I tell you what, we went downstairs and got our present from Doug. Man, Doug, thanks a lot. Bottle of champagne and a gift card. Really, really appreciate it. Of course, Doug and avid listeners. Go ahead.
Doug, thank you. You're such a sweetheart,
right,
Miss
Doug.
Janet, too.
He would mention my name, yeah.
Well,
He's a good man.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we're
Thanks
really
very
thrilled
much.
you're
We appreciate it.
listening
Boy, I was trying
I'm
to...
going to play some good stuff for Doug.
Yeah, you're right. Shoot, KTIB's always playing good
2 to 4
stuff.
o'clock. 2 to 4 o'clock.
Afternoon delight. Gibbs, I was trying to, of course, maybe I can't read too good. I was trying to read to see exactly what's got to happen for the Saints to make the playoff. I don't even, so you know what? I don't even know if they deserve to make the playoffs, but they still, Minnesota's got to lose, the Saints got to win, and I think Washington, the Redskins got to lose. You're right. That's it.
Exactly right.
That's it.
And they're playing Dallas.
Hello.
And Dallas doesn't need to win. Do they keep some of that big men out?
No, they're going to play to win.
Sure they're going to play.
Yeah, I think those days of blowing the game and throwing the game over with, I think everybody plays to win every Sunday.
He's going to keep Peyton out, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. You don't know. But anyway,
this is fabulous.
you know, it's just a big old football weekend coming up. Of course, a lot of college games. Listeners, want to talk a little bit. You know, we mentioned it before, and I should have got Ralph Mitchell from Louisiana. Is it Ralph still the commander, I think, at Troop C?
Yeah.
We should have got him on. I got one of his public information guys on and talked about safety during the holidays. And listen, the big one's coming up. Everybody parties New Year's Eve, and ain't nobody like to party more than me. I guarantee you that.
Gee,
but
you don't.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't sing, you can't dance, but you party.
Rockin' doggone party. But do not get in a vehicle and drive if you've been drinking. Get a designated driver or stay home, drink at your house, do what you got to do. But do not get on the road after you've been drinking, because I guarantee you one thing, chances are you're going to get stopped.
Those 2 black women coming from Carolina.
Unbelievable.
Coming to New Orleans for a reunion. Head on, man.
You know, there's just a lot to be said for designated drivers. We went to a couple of parties this year and had designated drivers, and I tell you, that's a blast.
That's right.
You know, that is a good time, and you don't have to worry about getting behind a wheel or somebody else getting behind a wheel that's been drinking.
And it's not that you
telling you,
don't
listeners,
deliberately drink until
well,
you're
you
drunk,
don't.
But you're talking and I have another
That's
one.
not the thing. That's right. And, you know, of course, you always think you can drive. You know, and nobody has a few drinks, gets in the car and says, well, I'm going to go out and kill somebody.
No, that's right. No,
you know,
of course not.
That's not, I mean, they don't, but it happens.
That's right, it happens.
You know, it happens because our senses and our faculties, we ain't thinking straight, we're not acting right, our reflexes are not right. Do not get behind the wheel if you've been drinking. Get a designated
Talk about
driver.
That Monday morning, too.
Yeah, and if you can't do that, stay home.
That's right.
You know, when somebody comes to your house, take their keys.
That's right, exactly.
You know, I'm sorry. I mean,
you see them, look like they
absolutely. You take their keys.
Away.
You know, get somebody that's not drinking to drive them home. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Even call the police or the sheriff. They'll come pick them up.
Just listeners, please be careful this coming weekend. When everybody listening to us Monday morning and Wednesday morning when we come back, I got to get a guess for Monday morning. We're going to have a New Year's Eve show. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We'll do something. Today's only Friday, so I got time to plan it. But we'll do something New Year's Eve. I don't know. We said it yesterday. I don't know where this year went. Where'd it go?
Well, the older you get, the faster the years go. It's unbelievable. You know, they talk about the levee system in 2011 and the global warming 2040.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be in 2040.
I know. I hope I know where I'm hoping where I'll be in 2040.
The new medicine, we're going to live to be 200 or 300 years. What are we going to do?
Yeah, I don't know, Gil, but that's going to be after you and me's time, I believe. Of course, we're outliving the dope. I mean, the dope is taking care of what we got right now, so who knows?
Live along, you know? Be on for a long time.
You bet. There were some people in the Bible. Abraham lived.
600, huh?
Yeah, you know.
Well, I don't know what years were. Just like the creation in 7 days. There weren't any days in those days.
No, who knows?
I got to read you this headline.
You like headlines, don't you?
Theft of American flag from the school. 3x5, and the colors are red, white, and blue. Here's a one-legged man steals a three-legged dog. But this is great. $3.5 million home for sale, 9,000 square feet, 100 acres, 7 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms. $5 off with this ad.
$5 off of how much? $3.5 million?
$5 off.
Say the one about the council.
The city council runs out of time to discuss shorter meetings. Tell him next time you get the mayor on, tell him that. Oh, Doug, you really turned.
Yeah, Doug, you did yourself, buddy. I mean, doggone it. My buddy calls me every morning, and I appreciate what he did for me. Anyway, really appreciate that. I'm glad he called. Year went by in a hurry. Lots of stuff happened this year.
Oh, yeah, lots of stuff happened.
You know, big turnaround. I think...
the news media is really, controls everything, the way they report it.
Unfortunately.
I got up early and picked up the newspaper, and it's just terrible. The first 5 pages are nothing but judges in trouble and police in trouble and, violence and...
Yeah, but when's the last time good news doesn't sell?
No.
You know, your newspaper can't make a living with, unfortunately, with good news. It's got to be bad news. Or more than that, it's got to be controversial.
Controversial.
You know, it's got to be controversial news. Yeah.
Open the sports page.
Yeah, it's all,
it's a controversy.
Yeah.
An injury or something negative.
I don't know. It's just,
And you and I are not negative.
I refuse to be negative.
Me
This is a
too.
good. This is a good news show.
That's right.
You know, and if I got to talk about bad news all day long, to get somebody else behind this
That's
mic,
why you're
because I
still
ain't
here.
gonna do it. That's
you
right.
laugh a lot.
I ain't gonna
You'll
do
live
it.
a long time, Gene.
There's enough bad news in the world
2040. boy.
without me talking about it. I guarantee you. You know, they always say, be careful. Don't do business with. Don't go to war with somebody that buys ink. You got your bottle of champagne.
Yeah, look at that from Doug. Thanks, Doug. Oh, that's sweet.
Shoot, Skip, we'll have a party New Year's Eve, man.
Yeah.
We get Linda to drive us home.
If you can't find anybody, call me. I'll come up.
Hold on a minute. Let me get the phone. Hang on. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Well, I'd like to talk to you guys about this feud that's going on between a guy in Texas got 400,000 acres,
Yeah.
and the other has 800,000 acres. We'll put some wind generators.
Oh, yeah.
You saw that in the news?
Tell me about that.
Well, it seems like the judge is holding it. They're not supposed to be constructing them, but the company's going ahead and putting those towers, and some people claim it's going to hurt the wildlife and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But the one of them has 400,000 acres, and the other has 800,000 acres.
Jeez.
That's some big ranches.
That's a lot of ground.
Yeah, but
Yeah, let me tell you,
Must be in Texas.
if you've driven, and of course I know you've driven through Texas, there's miles and miles and miles. You know, most of these farmers I found out in Texas have airplanes.
Right.
They're on their own
It
plane
takes
to
you,
get from one end of the
It
ranch
takes
to the
you
other.
3 days to
Yeah.
get through Texas.
You know, if you're driving I-10 from the Louisiana line to the New Mexico line,
Yeah.
2 days.
That's right. That's right.
2 days of driving. Can you believe that? One state, but
You
anyway.
can't pick up dialogue
well,
with
you're
that.
talking about the green, man. That would really be green with all those those wind power generators. You know,
Boy, you bet, huh?
go with the wind power and the water power, the currents, man.
You bet. I wonder, you know, I looked at the fuel price this morning right here at the K. What is it? The little
Circle K.
Circle K right here.
Yeah, right.
$2.89 a gallon.
Oh, that's not too bad.
You know, no, that's not too bad. No, almost $3 a gallon
Might as
fuel.
well say $3.
Yeah, that in your electric bill, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You know, in what's the future of this? I mean,
That's right.
how can we? You realize the money that the average person spends on gas and electricity in a month?
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
You know, I wonder, what can we do? I mean, what the heck can
Well,
we do?
Circle K water
Well,
costs more than that.
While you're at it, how about insurance on your car and your house? What can you?
Yeah. I just got my insurance policy on the car renewed. Wow. Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
I don't know, but thank goodness. So supposedly we're making enough money to stay ahead of all this, but
I
I don't know
wish.
where it is.
And Ted Kennedy stopped them from putting the windmills out in the Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah. Yeah. Windmills may be the answer.
That's right.
You know, I mean, them big old
And
generators.
waves. They claim they can take the waves and create power.
We have to get away from an oil-based
That's right.
fuel.
We wouldn't be over there. all
That's
that
what's
trouble.
got to happen.
And I saw this morning that Paris Hilton's gonna be a little bit broke.
Yeah, our grandpa donated most of it to charity, huh?
$2.5 billion.
It's
Oh,
two and a half
yeah.
bit, but she's still gonna get $5 million when he leaves.
I think the $5 million will produce enough income which you'll ever go broke.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the way at least it would for me. I don't know about her.
Just don't leave it to your dog, yeah? Hey, Ryan, when you die, don't leave that money to your dog.
Don't you have it? I'll never have a dog.
Hey, Ron, got some needy people over here.
Send it to Linda.
Well, Happy New Year, dog.
You too, buddy. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All
Happy
right.
New Year.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. We got the
What?
hors d'oeuvres, too.
Well, we got hog head, cheese, and crackers, but we can't eat and talk at the same time on the air. That's
Well, we can take a break.
we almost over anyway.
Might stay here till
Hog
Monday
head,
morning.
cheese, and crackers. Now that's what I call Paul Leslie. That's what I call breakfast.
That's it.
Look at that. Isn't that
And-
beautiful?
Can't beat.
and the spumante.
I
That's
think I'm
good
gonna be late for work.
You're gonna be like,
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
we're going to
no.
have a party.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug. Hey.
Mimosas. That's the thing.
Yeah.
To make
Hey.
mimosas.
Ooh, I'll go get the orange
Hang
juice.
on. Hang on a second. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
It's amazing that you can talk about levees.
hello, Paul.
You can talk about the coastal marshland disappearing, and that we should protect it. But at the same time, you're sitting there spreading nuclear bombs all over crackers.
yeah. You ought to be glad you're not here, Paul.
Like I said,
Paul.
your body is your best friend, so don't abuse it.
Paul, I got breakfast for you. You need to come get some.
Yeah, come in Monday. We'll stay here till Monday. We just got enough
party,
stuff.
man.
Yeah, keep it there till Monday.
Yeah, it'd be real good.
Well, it's still good.
Have a
Linda
good
might not
weekend.
go home.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Paul.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, Gibbons.
Call him overboard Leslie. He
Yeah.
goes overboard with
I
that
love
stuff.
it.
If Hillary's elected president, we got to get him up there.
Yeah,
To
he-
represent us.
He doesn't seem to think Hillary can make it. Talk
No,
to
I
him
don't
yesterday.
think
I don't either.
He said
The
it's,
women don't want her.
yeah. No, well, she's running 49% negative. And with that kind of negative connotation, you know, it's going to be hard for her to get elected. But
Hey, I read an article the other day. She wants to change the retirement age to 72.
72.
And abolish Social Security. And by abolishing Social Security, when you come 72 years old, you got to prove that you need it.
at 72?
Excuse me, I've been giving you my money all my life since I'm 14 years old. I want my money back.
Yeah, right.
But at least, you know, if you're not going to do the Social Security thing, then give me at least what I put into it.
Exactly.
You know, let me
Give
try to
interest.
invest it somewhere.
Give
Yeah.
me what I made on the
You know,
bank.
let me try to invest it somewhere else.
That's
But
right. There's a lot of that.
you know, I don't know what's going to happen there. But yeah, I got to work till I'm 70 anyway. So
We'll worry about that next year.
Yeah, you're
Let's
right.
have our champagne and our eating here. Tell Paul to call back Monday morning. And Doug, you call back Monday morning.
Yeah,
We're going to still be here.
We're going to party. I'll be here
We were,
Monday.
you know, and of course we were talking. I don't want to talk about no more bad news. This doggone paper full of bad news.
LSU. Talk about LSU.
Talk about the
man.
that's some good things coming up. Of course,
Hey, I got a couple of songs
Saints
that
got a
play
shot.
that they're scared off of our format. They're kind of on the countryside, but that's okay. Some
Is that about
LSU
LSU?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Some good stuff. Some
You
new
know,
stuff.
Hawaii fascinates me, too. The people coming in from Hawaii is just amazing. They're so excited, and the money they're going to bring.
They're pulling in. They're coming in 747s, man. They
Right.
started coming in
All
yesterday
night, they
morning.
fly all
Yeah,
night. Mhm.
yeah. And of course, you know, let me tell you, and we've talked about this on the show before. Do not sell that team short. They're not 12-0 for nothing.
That's right.
They're a battle
Georgia
season
better be ready.
team. You know, they've been traveling back and forth to the mainland all year to play. You realize what a trip that is?
Yeah,
You
I know.
realize how tiring that
Right,
is?
yeah, absolutely.
You know, they got to play. They got to fly 3 or 4 hours just to get to the California coast.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Then they got to fly somewhere in the United States because they don't. You know, as much as the visiting teams would like it, they don't play 12 games in Hawaii.
No, I
You
know.
know, so they got to travel.
They must play those Western teams. Or
They're
Oregon,
big.
and-
They're talented.
Uh-huh.
Their quarterback is probably going to be playing on Sundays in the very near future. Georgia, I'm telling you, I think Georgia will win the game, but Georgia's going to have their hands full.
I think so, too.
Georgia will definitely have their hands
Did
full
you see in
with
the
Hawaii.
paper this morning where Les Miles said that the boys could go anywhere they want to go, you know, just to don't get drunk. But Georgia says, no, you can't go down to the French Quarter at all. Darcy said he doesn't want to go to the French Quarter, he wants to go to the casino.
Yeah, well, that's...
But
no, he ain't going
Georgia said no casino and no bars and nothing.
You know, the sad part about the LSU, you know, this is the thing and you can't do anything about it, about the SEC. The Sugar Bowl game's always in New Orleans.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's like a home game for LSU.
That's right, sure.
You know, when you're busting your tail at the level that these kids got to play at, I guess, and I don't know this for a fact, but I guess it would be fun to go out to the West Coast maybe and play in a Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
sure
yeah.
it is.
Once in a
They
while,
almost made it,
or
actually.
to go to Florida and play in Orlando.
Right, right.
You know, but excuse me, if
Even
you're the
now.
SEC champs, you're going to play in New Orleans every year,
Right.
which ain't a bad thing if you're Georgia, Alabama,
No.
South Carolina,
That's not-
Vanderbilt, Florida. But you know, if you're LSU, it's like home. You know,
And
of course.
the national championship comes up.
Yeah, the national championship game this year, of course, fortunate for the fans.
Oh, yeah,
You know, good
absolutely.
for the fans,
Oh,
and good. You know, in a case like that, good for the Tigers too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
they need to be. It needs to be a home game.
That's right.
That's an edge that they'll
Oh, it
have
to be,
over
yeah,
Ohio
uh-huh.
State.
That's right.
And that's a good thing. But I'm talking about for regular bowl games. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you'd like to play for the national championship every year, but you can't. I mean,
right.
that's an impossibility. So
Impossibility.
when you're not, you know, and you win the SEC, I guess it would be nice to go somewhere else. But you
Yeah.
go every year to New Orleans to the
That's
Sugar
right.
Bowl. I don't know. Just a thought.